The Horn of Valere. Everything you need to know. The Horn of Valere is more than just a magical trumpet. It's the ultimate call to arms for the greatest heroes ever to walk the world of the Wheel of Time. Its power cuts through life and death itself. The moment it sounded, legends rise. Warriors who lived and died across the ages return, not as ghosts, but in full force, bound by the pattern to fight once more. But what exactly is this horn? Where did it come from? Why does it only answer to some? And what does this mean for the man who most recently held it? Let's dive deep into everything you need to know about the Horn of Valere and the heroes it brings back. Warning, spoilers ahead from books. Please take care. wfu.dhk like and subscribe to this channel if you want more content like this. The grave is no bar to my call. Those are the words written on the horn, a chilling promise that death cannot silence those bound to it. The horn doesn't just summon spirits. It brings forth real, conscious, thinking warriors, men and women who once stood at the center of great events. They don't fade in and out like shadows. They ride, they speak, they fight, and they always fight for the light. But here's the twist. The horn doesn't serve the person who holds it. It serves the one who sounds it, and doesn't always sound for glory. It demands something far more powerful, selfless intention. In the words of its prophecy, "Let whosoever sounds me think not of glory, but only of salvation." That warning matters. This isn't just a relic to win a war. It's a sacred trust, a covenant with history. Used carelessly, it could shift the balance of the world. Thankfully, so far, it's only answered to those who carry salvation in their hearts. Origins and mysteries. The horn has a rich history, though much of it is wrapped in mystery. Its exact origin is unknown, but it predates the age of legends and was considered mythical even during that era. The horn is described as a curled golden instrument with an inscription in the Old Tongue, wfu.dhk. It is believed to be a unique artifact not tied to the one power, distinguishing it from ter'angreal, which are typically created using the power. Some theories suggest the horn is intrinsically linked to the pattern itself, possibly crafted by a higher force or existing as a natural part of the world's metaphysical structure. It was hidden during the breaking of the world, buried in the eye of the world by Aes Sedai of the Age of Legends. Alongside it were Luz Theron's banner and a seal to the Dark One's prison. For centuries, it was forgotten, reduced to myth. Generations of hunters of the horn sought it in vain, never realizing it lay beneath the blight. The horn is found. That changed when Moiraine, Rand, Mat, Perrin, Egwene, Nynaeve, and Loyal found it during their journey to the Eye of the World. They brought it to Fal Dara, where it was stored securely, until Payton Fane stole it during a Trolloc raid. That theft set the pattern ablaze. The moment the horn was blown in the town of Fam remains one of the most iconic events in the series. Mat, caught in a hopeless battle, sounded the horn, and the world changed. Artur Hawkwing, the greatest general in history, appeared, leading a host of legendary warriors. "We have come to the horn," he said, "but we must follow the banner and the dragon." Let that sink in. Even after death, the heroes weren't bound to whoever sounded the horn. They recognized a deeper purpose. They fight for the light. They serve the dragon reborn. That moment solidified Rand's identity as Luz Theron's reborn soul. And for Mat, it changed everything. Mat's connection to the horn. At Fam, Mat became the horn sounder. For a time, the bond was his. He could summon the heroes with a blast. But in the Wheel of Time, death changes everything. Mat died. He was brought back. But the pattern had moved on. As Artur Hawkwing later explained, Mat was no longer the horn sounder. That role had passed to another. In Season 2's finale, Mat was once again forced to pick up the horn. When he sounded it, the heroes returned, this time to aid in the battle against Ishamael at Fam. They swept the tide of battle and bought Rand the time he needed to destroy the Forsaken with the one power. But that moment came with a cost. Memories. Mat had carried the memories of countless past lives since the horn first connected him to them. After his second death in Tanchico, when he entered the Red Archway and met the Eelfin, he wished those memories away. Now, The horn may no longer recognize him in the same way. Heroes of the Horn. The heroes of the Horn are not just famous warriors. They're the very threads the wheel weaves again and again into the pattern. People like Artur Hawkwing, once king of all nations, de facto leader of the heroes. Birgit Silverbow, master archer. Gadel Kane, her sword-wielding, fearless companion. Rogosh Eagle-Eye, Jane Farstrider. Amarisu, even wolf heroes who come from the dream world. When someone is chosen to be a hero of the Horn, their soul becomes bound to the wheel itself. They are reincarnated across different ages, living lives of service to the light. Between those lives, their souls rest in Telerin Riot, the world of dreams. When the horn is sounded, they're summoned from that world to aid in battles of great significance. They may retreat when wounded, but they always come back when the horn calls again. While they follow the horn sounder, they ultimately choose whom to serve. "We serve the light," Hawkwing said, "and if the shadow ever dares sound the horn, we will not come." The last battle and beyond. In a memory of light, the horn appears again when hope is nearly lost. Matt, no longer bound to it, passes it to Olver, a childhood grown up amid war. Olver sounds the horn, and the heroes return. But this time, they don't come alone. The horn summons not just the heroes of humanity, but also dead wolves from the dream world. Spectral packs howl as they fall upon the shadow's hounds, fighting shoulder to shoulder with the living. It's one of the few moments where the pattern itself seems to rebel against annihilation. Hawkwing and the others help shift the battle's tide. They aren't invincible. Mogideon and the Forsaken can banish them, but their arrival buys precious time. They are a tide breaker, a divine cavalry, a last cry of defiance. What makes a hero? That question lingers, especially in the final volumes. How does the pattern decide who becomes a hero of the horn? Is it bravery? Wisdom? Selflessness? Birgit implies the wheel chooses. Even those once bound can fall away, and others can take their place. Could Matt, if he dies again and lives well, return to the horn? Maybe, but one thing is certain. The pattern weaves as the pattern wills. And in times of despair, it remembers those great enough to be called back. Heroic selection isn't based solely on bravery or great deeds. As Hawkwing explains, it takes more than courage to bind a soul to the horn. The wheel chooses those whose lives embody timeless themes: sacrifice, justice, unwavering commitment to the light. Horn versus the One Power. The horn is not the only weapon against the shadow. The One Power, drawn from side in and side R, remains the most versatile tool, but it can be corrupted. It depends on strength, discipline, and will. The horn? It's bound to purpose. You can learn and master the power. Moraine, Rand, Egwene, they wield it like artists with brushes. But the horn is primal. It works because the pattern remembers. You don't control it. You don't aim it. You become part of it. Final thoughts. The Horn of Valere is a symbol of hope. Not cheap hope, but earned hope. It represents the idea that what you do in life echoes beyond death. That glory isn't found in fame, but in service. And that when the world teeters on the brink, even the grave cannot hold back those who chose light. In the wheel of time, death is not the end. Not for the dragon, not for the heroes, and certainly not for those called by the horn. Because when it blows, even the mountains listen. If this deep dive gave you chills or made you see the horn in a whole new light, drop a like and sound off in the comments. Who do you think deserves to be a hero of the horn in the next stage? Don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the legends, prophecies, and battles that shape the Wheel of Time. Because here, we don't just tell stories, we echo the songs of the ages. Until next time, may you ride in the light. And remember, the grave is no bar to my call.